I needed to spark joy. I got my hearing aids. I'm so excited. I'm sorry I didn't bring you into the fitting appointment itself. There was a student clinician with me and I didn't feel like it was appropriate to like whip a camera out because no one needs pressure like that, especially as a student. I know I would have been completely intimidated if that had happened to me. So I will try and recount this as best I can and kind of go through what the appointment was like and then what I'm thinking about my new hearing aids. So without further ado, here's what happened. When we left off, I'll put a little card up in the corner here. I was deciding between two different sets of hearing aids, the Phonak Marvel and the Oticon Open. So the first thing we did when we got into the appointment was kind of try both of them on and figure out which one worked better on my ears. So for those of you who don't know, I use supplemental oxygen and I wear glasses. So add hearing aids and a mask because of COVID, and my ear real estate is very precious at this moment. So we just wanted to make sure that whichever hearing aid we used, they were going to fit comfortably behind my ears. Ultimately, they both worked well and there was no problem in terms of size. So I ended up going with the Phonak Marvels for a couple reasons. First, I really like the rocker switch on it that turns the volume up and down. But frankly, I just really like the color. I got them in white and I think that's a really kind of fresh, fun color to have them in. So that's what I went with, and I really like them. The color seems pretty trivial, but I see these suckers every day. If it doesn't make me happy, I don't want it. I need it to spark joy. Anyway, it's just little things for me and I really liked the white. So these are my hearing aids. Oh, it just got quiet in here. Let's see if we can get this to focus. It's not gonna focus, but they are real little. There's red on the inside there for the right one and blue on the inside there for the left one. And just the little white part goes over my ear and then the little wire goes down and the little dome goes into my ear canal. And the dome has the receiver on it that channels the microphone sound into my ear directly. So that's what they look like. Get them back on so I don't feel like my ears are being smothered. So once I chose which model of hearing aid I was going to go with, I was sat down in front of a little machine and they put a little microphone probe into my ear canal along with the hearing aid and played a speech passage about a carrot. And that measures the amount of sound that is coming out of your hearing aid and matches it to your hearing loss and makes sure that it's hitting the right targets. The speech passage goes something like this. A carrot is a long reddish-yellow vegetable which has several thin leaves on a long stem and which belongs to the parsley family. Carrots are grown all over the world, in gardens and in the wild in the field. And you listen to that multiple times because when they are programming your hearing aids, they need to play that passage because it's their kind of standardized passage, and then they program and adjust the settings so that you hit your targets appropriately. Then after that, they also play a series of loud beeps just to make sure that nothing gets too loud or too uncomfortable, because it should never be painful to have your hearing aids on. So that's just that protective measure there. And then once we kind of got everything programmed to where it fit my targets, we just chatted a little. I learned how to clean them, put the batteries in and out. These are a 312 battery hearing aid, so they have a little battery door in them and they open, they're a little sticky because they're new, like that, and little batteries in there. And that's what turns the hearing aid on and off, is just opening the battery compartment door. I had the option of going with the rechargeable version of these, but I chose the battery version for a number of reasons. First, because I have a lot of things that I have to charge every day, whether it's medical devices, excuse me, or my phone or anything like that. And I just didn't want one more thing to have to constantly remember to plug in. The second thing is that the rechargeable batteries are a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker than the 312 battery model. And that just doesn't make a difference for most people, but for me, because I have, again, such limited ear real estate, it does make a difference. So that's ultimately why I ended up choosing the battery operated versions as opposed to the rechargeable ones. After we did all the technical kind of stuff of changing batteries and cleaning them, we were able to hook them up to my phone through Bluetooth, which was super exciting. So that allows me to get my phone calls through my hearing aids. I can stream music, podcasts, videos, all through my hearing aids, which is so cool. And it's just something that people don't think about, because unless you have over-the-ear headphones, with hearing aids, you can't wear inserts into your ears that have, you know, like AirPods or whatever. So your hearing aids kind of need to become those headphones, and they do, which is amazing. And it's a really cool feature. So we hooked that all up, and then I kind of went out the door from there. The appointment was a little bit faster than what is normally done for patients. It's just because, as someone who studied audiology, I am intimately familiar with the hearing aid fitting process, and I know how they work and how to clean them and all that kind of stuff. It was just more of a review than anything else, and something for the student to kind of work on. So that was the appointment, and now we will go on to what I think of them. And overall view of these hearing aids is that I love them. It's like the difference between hearing kind of like muted sounds, and when you're listening without them, you don't even realize that they're muted, but then you put them on and it's like hearing in HD. It is so crisp and so clear, and it takes so much less effort to hear things. It is so awesome. At first they were a little bit jarring. Things seemed a little bit loud and kind of uncomfortable because I was going through the hospital, so it was like lunchtime and things were banging and there was the cafeteria and all that kind of stuff. But I got used to that really quickly. And then it was just this kind of process of rediscovering sounds that I hadn't heard properly for who knows how long. And it was just really cool. Let's see, I will see if I can insert a little clip of the first couple days I was wearing my hearing aids, because I was really discovering, you know, new sounds and things that I just didn't realize that had changed.
Music hits different. Whoa. It's like crazy clear. I didn't realize you could understand lyrics. Like, actually understand them the first time around. Interesting. Oh my gosh, the rain. The little pitter patters. I love it.
My favorite sounds are the sound of the rain. I love that. And in Tennessee here, it's a rainy summer, and so that pouring rain and the little pitter patters of the raindrops, oh gosh, it's so cool. And also I really like the little clicky clacks of my keyboard on my laptop now. They're just really crisp and really satisfying, so I like that a lot. And my least favorite sound is definitely the flushing of a public toilet. Why are toilet flushes so loud? I don't understand, but they are like mind-bogglingly loud now. So that's probably my least favorite sound. And so also this, I mean, you really can't tell that I'm wearing them at all, which is really nice, but also could lead to some issues because I can pick up phone calls through both my hearing aids. If I ever do that in public, I'm going to look categorically insane because I'm just going to be talking to myself. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. But you really can't tell that I'm wearing them, and I kind of just love that. So most of the time I forget they're even on because once I put them on, I don't really feel them. They're that light. So that's kind of nice too. There are a couple things that I'm having some issues with these particular hearing aids, and part of it is programming, part of it might just be mechanical. So I'm getting a lot of feedback in my right hearing aid when things get close, so we can fix that in the next follow-up appointment. And there was a little bit of intermittency with the Bluetooth sometimes, but overall it's still stellar, so I'm not super concerned about that. The biggest thing that I've noticed, which might be a mechanical problem, is that my left hearing aid is going through batteries twice as fast as my right hearing aid. So that's an issue that we need to fix. And we'll kind of see what my audiologist says in the follow-up appointment. But hopefully it will be an easy fix and not something that we have to send it back for. But who knows? We'll see. Oh, and the other thing is that with this particular model, you're supposed to be able to pair to two Bluetooth devices, say your laptop and your phone, and be able to toggle between them without having to disconnect and then repair every time the Bluetooth, every time you switch back and forth. And right now I'm not able to do that, and I'm not quite sure why. So that's something that we'll talk about in our follow-up appointment as well. But overall, I just really love them. And I'm loving rediscovering hearing, and this is just me, little old me with a mild to moderate hearing loss. I can only imagine what it's like for someone with a more severe hearing loss, hearing things that they really haven't heard for the first time. It's so cool, and I encourage you, if you have a hearing loss or you think you have a hearing loss, to get it checked out because it makes such a difference. It's really incredible. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on my hearing aid saga, and I hope this was kind of a good, informative patient side of what happens during a hearing aid fitting, and kind of a little mini review of what I think of my new hearing aids. Anyway, until next time, have a good one.